back to pick up the loose puck is Daxon Rudolph from Prince Albert of the Western Hockey League. Head back down to the finish zone, and on the forecheck for Canada is Dima Zhilkin on this top line for Canada, along with J.C. Lemieux and the centerman Adam Valentini. And that's gloved down by Betts and sent back across. Fergus Pantelis, the puck loose in the Canadian corner. Pantelis plays for Brandon in the Western League. Up ahead to Colin Fitzgerald. And Fitzgerald got stymied in front of the Canadian bench. And then Belchez at the finish player almost into the Canadian sitting area. As Hemming banks that back down. And another big hit in the corner. This time Daxon Rudolph collides with Oscar Hemming. We got our first penalty of the game. It's going to be a hooking call against Canada.
Versus Sweden, to just kind of give you a little indication of his talent level.
Swedes are in action against Germany this hour in Trenton, the other pool. Group B taking place there. Later tonight here, and it'll be the Czechs and the Swiss, while the United States will take on the host Slovaks in Trenton. And here is Oscar Hemming, younger brother of Emil Hemming, the first-round draft pick of Dallas in the 2024 draft. Max Latikainen moves that back in. 30 seconds to go in the Finnish power play. This is back down the ice by Carson Karls and brought back out by Latikainen. A 2-hour drive from here. We're in southeast Czechia, in the second largest city in the country. Vanto plays that back, and a quick shot there. And Vanhatalo was turned away. The first tough stop for Gavin Betts. Daxon Rudolph. Moves that to Thomas Russo, back down to the finish zone, and icing called against Canada.
We were talking about the Ruck twins, and
road back for one of the most famous franchises in Europe. Loose behind the goal. Here's Dupont with it. Landon Dupont was stripped for the moment by Vanhatalo. And Dupont's dad, Mickey, was a former Western Hockey League Defenseman of the Year. Now steal by J.C. Lemieux, moving in, and Lemieux turned away by Gamels. Now Gamels punches that away. The puck is chopped back out.
Jets were 2 of the set. Will Horkoff is drafted by the Pittsburgh Penguins. 3 of the 17-year-olds playing in the NCAA. It's not an easy league to play in at 18 years of age.
Carson Karls swings it back across to Ryan Lynn. High-end offensive defenseman. He and Landon Dupont were the first 16-year-old defenseman to record 50-plus points in scope. At the line, able to hold it was Oscar Hemming. And for Kekko Espo's under-20 program, a lot of these Finnish players move up and down from the under-18 league to the under-20 league. Play for club teams, and most of them play very close or in their hometowns.
They join an organization. Like for example, you play for TPS in Turku. You start out when you're 12, and then you just continue to progress up. Club hockey all the way through. Victor Hedman's played for 2 organizations in his career, Modo and the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Vatkius centers it. Hemming with a chance.
And so the big player development has been massive. Certainly Ethan Belchatz is a great example of that.
He was the first overall pick in the 2024 OHL Draft. Verhoff moves back, takes that away from Hemming.
It's amazing to me.
Zhilkin moves in. Dima Zhilkin poke check. And Savanto goes rink wide for Vanhatalo. And Dima Zhilkin back with it. Born in Russia, moved to Canada when he was 7 years old with his family. Has an older brother who was drafted as well. Good stop there. And off the outside of the post goes Vanhatalo. So 2 good chances there for the Finns here in the late stages of the first period.
This line for Finland was Savanto, Hemming, and Vanhatalo They're going to be.
So the face-off to start the period, and then he's into it with Finland's Oliver Savanto. On the forecheck is Dima Zhilkin. And Valentini has that chip by him. Vanhatalo gets that back across, and now back at the point it goes. And that's knocked free by Lemieux. Jason Lemieux busting in with Valentini. Works in. The centering pass is broken up. Now rolls through the crease. And Lemieux slides that back at the point, but the pass is out of the reach of Daxon Rudolph. Backhanded back in by Zhilkin, who plays for Saginaw in the Ontario League. Number 3 in rookie points. He was in the OHL last year. Rudolph. Long wrist shot skips wide. And Lemieux back on it, center that. And Liam Ruck had it skip away from him. Verhoff steps up. Works that free with Belchez. Verhoff shoots, rebound, and gets it right back. Rebound, score! A bunch of the scouts are looking back at us with their palms up, raised. What are they looking at? No goal.
Yeah, I'd like to hear the definition of this. Not be able to fix every single thing, but I think a real key part of goaltending coaching is being able to get a goaltender settled in game.
Vanhatalo chips it back across to Savanto, and Savanto's centering pass was a hard one, knocked away and sent down the ice by Carls.
I think he was trying to get that to Hemming, and then Vantos got in the way.
Kotkas plays that back in. Chopped at by Verhoff. Now it's center ice. Lemieux after it. In comes Lemieux shorthanded. J.C. Lemieux pulls that back around. And the puck just skipped away. Preston stepped back on the ice after serving his minor penalty, or the minor penalty to Lawrence. The teams are back to 5-on-5. Finns at 3 shots. Rudolph off the center ice, trying to find Belchez with it. And Valentini in the forecheck. Works that free. Belchez comes in and collides hard with Savanto. Savanto is 6'3", 205-pound, 16-year-old. Didn't turn 17 until September 3rd, so he'll just make the cutoff for next year's draft. Valentini. Gets back down to Zhilkin. And we Jeff on a team tournament last spring where Canada won a gold medal. Vanhatalo moves it and shoots, and Betts knocks that away. Vanhatalo has been noticeable here in the first period and a half.
Yes, he has.
And this Urnan, the Finnish captain, back across to Latikainen. Latikainen's dad played 24 years of pro hockey in Finland and Sweden. There was a good chance there, knocked away by Betts. In comes Preston. That centering pass knocked away.
The killing role and the catalyst role is really good. Players finding out that they can do other things in the game outside of offense, and I think that Alessandro Diorio is a great example of that.
One of 5 Canadian players who won gold at the IHF Under-18 tournament last spring. And the difference in the spring Under-18 tournament is a number of the Canadian players are still busy with the CHL playoffs. They're unavailable to play in them. Although they have been moved back a bit, so it's the talent pool is a little wider for Canada in that tournament. The United States, of course, has a full-time under-18 team, the National Team Development Program that plays in that tournament. Now Canada busting in 2-on-1. Diorio shoots and a glove save.
You're not going to be serious about drafting. It can be an impact player at the NHL level.
And Belchez steals that clearing attempt, drops it back. And Diorio had it taken away. Now Diorio back on it. And Savanto played that rink wide. Now moving in is Oscar Hemming. That pass just rolled away. A penalty coming. And again, Canada's going to be... has still not returned for Canada. And clearing it by Verhoff.
Player. Playing for Canada's Olympic team.
At the line, that puck was held by Lattikani. He lost his stick on the play. Now Verhoff back after it.
The poise, the calm, the understanding, the awareness. It's just off the charts with Verhoff.
6'3", right-handed shooting defenseman who can skate like that and score 21 goals as 16-year-olds are going to get your attention.
He's complete.
And again, if Matthew Schaefer and Zane Parekh were to make their NHL teams and stay, there might be spots on the blue line for Canada for a 17-year-old player.
Don't forget about Sam Dickinson.
Right.
Sam Dickinson is that's a trio of players that could be. Listen, Keaton Verhoff's good enough. Keaton Verhoff has to be in the discussion to be on that team. I think, regardless if those three guys are back, he's that good. Just like Matthew Schaefer last year was that good.
That pass ahead for Cap where the puck was put in, which is why the goal was disallowed. And meanwhile, J.C. Lemieux has still not returned for Canada. No word. And will play Switzerland tomorrow, and the host Czechs on Wednesday evening. Oscar Hemming tips that back ahead. Hemming moving in. Now Belchez takes it right back. Belchez moving in. And the puck didn't get back to him as Zilkin tried to chip it back across. Anthony Turcotte's been forced to make some adjustments here as Lemieux, who was a top-line winger to start the game, had to be replaced. And it's been mostly Belchez who's taken his spot on that top unit.
Cooper Williams, who started the game as the 13th forward, now slides up. And one of the benefits of being able to have an extra forward is a situation we saw with J.C. Lemieux.
Bouncing puck at the line, and Rudolph couldn't knock that down. Verhoff and Rudolph, they're both big guys, 6'3" and 6'2". Lynn and DuPont are under 6 feet, and the pendulum had kind of swung against smaller defensemen for a while. And then Lane Hudson won the Rookie of the Year last year. You wonder if the pendulum might go back the other way for a bit.
I think it's already swung that way. You got to be really good if you're a smaller player, but that's been the case. And I think that the development of the big player is on display now.
Marcus Ruck tried to slide that back, knocked down by Oscar Hemming.
Good small players always had space in the game. In the transition from 2005 probably to 2014.
Marcus Ruck in the high slot for the trailer. Rudolph hit the goalpost. Great look there for Daxon. Rudolph rang it off the pipe. Rudolph back with it. Return pass for Diorio. Tied up by Savanto. And Diorio slides it back in.
Since 2014, there's only been 3 countries that have won the World Junior Cup. USA, Canada, and Finland.
And the Finns are the last team outside Canada and the U.S. to win it in
Certain cohorts. Sweden's had really good players and really good teams. They haven't found a way to win at the World Junior. So, you know, sometimes we got to make sure we're not creating concern over things that should be a concern.
Centering pass now from Ruck moving in, and Marcus Ruck turned away point blank by Gambles.
Nice pass by Cooper Williams, recognizing that Ruck was wide open.
But further to the Canada-U.S. thing, 26 of the 32 first-round picks in last year's draft were Canadian or American. Five of the top 6 were Canadians in last year's draft. And pretty good chance at least the top 2 are from Canada this year as well. Verhoff. McKenna will go 1. And this guy, Verhoff, is a pretty strong contender to go too.
Well, you're going to see a heck of a player from Sweden, Ivar Stenberg,
right,
who's phenomenal. He'll have a say in this. Belchaz will have a say.
In comes Lynn. And Lynn finally stripped to the puck. And Vanhatalo busts in. In comes Vanhatalo with a shot. A pad save made by Betts. The clock can start ticking on his Hall of Fame inductions for the IHF and the Hockey Hall of Fame.
I think they should just waive it. He's automatic. Like, put him in right away. That's what I think with Jeremy.
Once you're 50.
Maybe that's what the rule should be.
In comes Hemming.
We put coaches and managers in when they're still, you know, coaching or managing. Managers more so than coaches.
A couple of notable examples of players who retired, got inducted, and then came back. Guy Lafleur, Mario Lemieux.
Yep.
Marcus Ruck looks across for Diorio. And here's Verhoff with it. Verhoff with a goal and assist in the game so far today. As the captain makes his presence felt. And here's Williams with it. Cooper Williams will join Verhoff at North Dakota in 2027. And Verhoff, in talking to us yesterday, made
top-notch prospect. He's drafted by Chicoutimi in the Quebec League, 10th overall. He goes to Muskegon, wins a championship, MVP of the playoff, and he's indicated he's going back
to Muskegon.
And he's going to hold off.
In this Finnish power play, you wonder if the Finns might pull the goaltender here late in this power play, trying to get one. The draw within one. Right now, Ty Lawrence has the puck back for Canada. Latikainen. Up by Devatius. Moving in was poke checked by Carls. Now pounded back down the ice by Diorio.
Ty Lawrence's dad played with Joe Thornton in St. Thomas Junior B. I was in Sarnia last year at the U17, and Joe's father,
who loves hockey,
and he was giving me some of that background. Little interesting note.
Hemming drops that back, and that shot score again as a power play expired. The Finns strike again as the goaltender was going to the bench for the extra skater.
And another really good play, posting up, and again that trio, that top line for Finland is so dangerous. They've shown it all the way through, and Vanhatalo just buries that. He doesn't shoot that one low. He shoots it over the pad of Betts. We saw Betts.
Like any level is not very high scoring.
Vanhatalo, Hemming, and Pipparainen. We're looking at 3 first-round draft picks. And Savanto might find his way into that group too. It'll be a good draft year for the Finns.
So now back to a 1-goal game. That sharp angle shot by Belchez is turned away. Belchez works it free again. Tried the Michigan. Campbell draw control by Canada. Belchez on it. Comes in to help out. At the line, that was knocked down by Rudolph and played back in. Here's Belchez back with it. Jilkin chips it back around. Waiting forward is Savanto. Tied up by Valentini. There's been a clinic of puck possession by Canada here in the offensive zone to prevent the Finns from getting in the offense. Inside 3 to go. Takes it back around to Alalori. Latikainen. Rink wide pass for Hemming. Carl's knocked that away. Now Gambles does go to the Finnish bench for the extra attacker. It's Luka Arko who steps on. And Liam Ruck chips it back down to the Finnish zone. A little backspin on that. Let it dial on the boards, and there's no icing.
If only I could get some backspin on my golf shots.
Hemming. Back across. That shot by Vanhatalo was blocked. Here's Vanhatalo with it again. Sends it back across. That shot just missed. As Arco leaned into that. Minute to go here in the third period. Rudolph on his backhand. Plays it ahead to Marcus Ruck. Chips it back down to the finish zone. Vanhatalo. Long shooting, knocked down by Betts. Valentini reaching for it. Back is Latikainen to pick it up. Latikainen got buried there in the corner by Valentini. Vanhatalo works back in.